resume of yourself, and you answer one or two questions from our colleagues, and thereafter we'll go into closed session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Just a minute. Just be reminded that you are talking to Nigeria.
Yes, sir. Your Excellency, sir, the President of the Senate and Chairman, and acknowledging the great work this great institution has been doing for Nigeria, I will just go straight to my resume, sir. I am Air Vice Marshal Sunday Kelvin Aneke, born on the 20th February 1972 in Makurdi, Benue State. I am from Umuaga in Udi, local government of Enugu State, and I was commissioned into the Nigerian Air Force on the 10th of September 1993 as a member of 40th Regular Combatant Corps of the Premier and Great Institution of the Nigerian Defense Academy. My early education started with the Army Children's School, NDA, Kaduna. I attended Government College, Kaduna. I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in Physics from the Nigerian Defense Academy, a certificate in Aeromechanical Engineering from Technical Training Group, which is now the Air Force Institute of Technology, postgraduate diploma in management from the University of Calabar. I have 3 masters, one in international affairs and diplomacy from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, another one from political economy and developmental studies from the University of Abuja, and masters in strategic studies from the United States Air Force Air War College, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. I also possess a professional certificate in aviation safety management from Embry-Riddle University, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Florida, USA. I am currently pursuing a Doctor of Philosophy to reflect my enduring commitment to knowledge, research, and strategic thought. Over the past 3 decades, I have been privileged to serve in various command, instructional, and staff capacities. These have broadened my perspective and strengthened my leadership experience. Some of these appointments include admin officers in some units like the Aircraft Maintenance Depot and 301 Flight Training School in Kaduna. I was also the commanding officer, Base Services Wing at the Maritime Group in Benin. I was the Wing Chief Operations and also Wing Chief Admin and the Fleet Training Officer in the Presidential Air Fleet Abuja. Some of my senior appointments include Director of Policy, Nigerian Air Force Headquarters, the Director of Safety in the same headquarters, Deputy Director of Operations, Nigerian Air Force Headquarters. I was the commanding officer, also the Command Evaluation Officer in both Tactical Air Command and Air Training Command. I was also the Chief of Staff at the Air Training Command. I was the Deputy Commandant, Nigerian Defense Academy, where I contributed to bringing out the best set of officers this country will ever find. And most recently, I was the Air Officer Commanding Mobility Command, Yenagua, where I oversaw enhanced mobility, joint operations, and strategic response and coordination. As a career pilot with over 4,300 flying hours, I am type-rated on the AB218 extended version, the Donia 228, Citation 500, Gulfstream 5, Gulfstream 550, and the Hawker 4000. I also have the advanced pilot license, which is what minutes in a pilot's career. My operational experience spans both domestic, international theaters, from Operation Restore Hope as a young pilot in the Niger Delta to United Nations peacekeeping operations in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where I served as the Chief of Operations, Kingi Region. I have the following medals: GSS, DSS, GSM, FCM, and the rest of others. These experiences have collectively shaped my understanding of air power employment, interagency cooperation, and the indispensable role of oversight and accountability in achieving national defense objectives. I am happily married to my beautiful wife, Ms. Aneke, and I have 3 sons: Chukwuebuka Kelvin, Ifeanyi Chukwu Brian, and Uche Chukwu Jensen. And lastly, my hobbies include flying, basketball, and listening to music. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President, sitting as chair. I am Ina Baribe, and I represent Abia South. Mr. Nominee, from the CV that you have given us, very impressive. And we also know that Nigerians are very happy with the efforts and how you have helped in decimating all the criminal elements that are holding us to ransom in the Northeast and the Northwest. However, recently, we have noticed a very disturbing trend, and I'm sure the Air Force knows about that, which is the use by all the criminal elements of weaponized drones to attack the communities in and around Nigeria, which means that these elements have upgraded their technology. And as someone that we have seen from your CV, having been Director of Air Operations in the Congo and also in the Nigerian theater, what would you do as Chief of Air Staff to combat this technological improvement by the criminal elements in our midst? Because we know that with them, this will only escalate if you do not decimate them immediately. Thank you.
Abia State. Mr. Nominee, my question could have gone between you and the nominee for a chief. I wanted both of you to explain to me.
You still have the opportunity in closed session.
It could have gone to both of them.
No, I said you have the opportunity in closed session.
Yes. So my question goes straight to you, but you can also answer with him. If confirmed you are going to be Chief of Air Staff, and he's going to be Chief of Naval Staff, I want to know the synergy you will bring, because in our water territories, you are not very active there, and the Navy, the air power of the Navy is also not very active there. What are both of you going to bring in to use the air power to mine our high seas where this oil is being stolen or stolen? because it's only a cooperation between you, Navy, and even I think the Army also have air power. I don't know how effective it is, because you cannot continue patrolling. This could have come to Chief of Naval Staff with boat. It's not going to cover the event. So Air Force should find a synergy with the Navy on how to monitor and man the Gulf of Guinea and also River Niger, River Benue, and all the rivers. Because people are smuggling even in the little rivers. They are carrying barges to go to Atlantic Ocean. So I want you to explain what value will bring in helping the Navy, or the Navy helping you in using air power, because we don't need only boat now, you need to go by air power. Thank you, Mr. President. It's just a simple question.
The Senator
Stangu, I represent Enugu West. Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity to speak about the nominee, who incidentally is from my senatorial zone. My question is more technical and tactical, so it will come in the closed session. But I would like to show gratitude. In my place, we say that ingratitude is second to witchcraft. Mr. President, I bring gratitude from Umuchi Nemerem in Umaga, where he comes from. Gratitude from Udi local government, where both of us come from. Gratitude from Enugu West. Gratitude from Enugu State and the Southeast in general. Mr. President, appointment of service chiefs in the past government from Southeast sometimes will look impossible. But today, under this government, we are having it back to back. The immediate past Chief of Naval Staff is from Enugu State. And I want to appreciate the President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for also finding our son who is worthy to be the nominee for Chief of Air Staff. We have never in the history of Nigeria had it this way. I want to thank the President for finding our son, the brilliance in AVM Aneke, whom we have seen from his CV and from when he spoke that he is going to bring value to the system. Mr. President, we, from where he comes from, have only gratitude to show to the President. We know our son is going to make us proud. We know he is going to deliver, and we will support him. And I plead that also all his colleagues and my colleagues here will lay their voice to ensure that he is confirmed. I thank you, and I rest my case.
Well, I mean, so please ask a question.
My name is Senator Ningi, and I am from Bauchi Central, Bauchi State, and the nominee happens to finish from my alma mater, both the ABU and University of Abuja. You're welcome. Mr. Nominee, listen to this. Since Buhari's assumed office in 2015, the Nigerian military has taken delivery of 32 brand new aircrafts. With the latest, and that is the key question.
You mean the
latest,
Buhari, by Buhari?
Since Buhari assumed office.
Not Senator Buhari.
In 20, not this one. Since President Buhari
So you are talking about
assumed office in 2015.
Our late icon, late President Buhari, not Senator Buhari.
Not this one.
So
Since late President Buhari assumed office in 2015, the Nigerian military has taken delivery of a total of 32 brand new aircrafts, with the latest being 6 Super Tucanos at the cost of $1.2 billion US. Air Vice Marshal, where are our Tucanos? And where are they not running? That is the question.
Where are the aircrafts? Where are the Tucanos? And why are they not performing? Deputy Senate President.
Earlier, wanted not to speak, but I felt later that there's a need for me to commend Mr. President for what he has done in bringing forward the best out of the best of our military to serve as service chiefs. This is what a good leader should do, and he's doing right that. And to me, I feel it's in line with his zeal to bring total security to our nation. And I believe he has done this to strengthen our military. And I'm sure by the nomination of these fine military officers, the military of this country will be better than before. Listening to them, I'm highly convinced. I said this for all of them. And in particular, I want to thank Mr. President for nominating someone from Kano State, the political capital of the entire northern Nigeria. He has done that before. The former Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff is from Kano, and now Chief of Naval Staff from Kano. We thank him very much. It is a message from the Kano people, and I decided that I should, put forward this message to the President, to the Senate. The people of Kano are really grateful to Mr. President for identifying one of the, even though he's one of the best in the Nigerian military. And we urge all of you, all the nominees, to be loyal to the CNC and loyal to our Constitution. This is the underpinning of military service: loyalty, 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 and loyalty. And we are sure with you the zeal of Mr. President to bring total security to this country will be accomplished. We have no doubt that you will do that. So we thank Mr. President, and we wish you good luck throughout your tenure and even beyond. I will ask the questions which have to do with the tactics you are using or the military is using when we go to in the closure session. My questions will come in the closure session. Thank you, Mr. President.
This seems to be tactical questions, specific questions on issues of communities that are ravaged by banditry, terrorism, or Boko Haram. And that, security is something we should discuss behind closed doors so that we will not be misquoted. And therefore, I will allow the nominee for the Office of Chief of Air Staff to answer the open ones, because Nigerians would like to have answers. So please proceed.
Vital note, from the region of the country I come from, we have a tendency to answer questions with proverbs. I'll start by saying my former boss, when I was in NDA, he used to have a proverb he tells us all the time. The world is changing at a very rapid rate, and those that will survive will not be the strongest, the fittest, or the boldest. Those that will survive are those who have the capacity and ability to adapt, I use the word adapt, to the rapid changing scenarios that play themselves. I have a joke I tell my friends. The enemy you are fighting went to school. He's as smart as you. Your greatest mistake is to look at the clothes they are wearing and assume they are ragtag people. My intention
Well guided.
My intention is to fight professionally, aggressively, and offensively, because the enemy can only work to harm you when he is calm. A man running will not have the time to plan to hurt you. So, as the chief of the air staff, if confirmed, sir, my duties are very clear, direct, and they are, and simple. They are to secure the lives of Nigerians, their liberties and aspirations through the instrument of air power in conjunction and synergy with both my colleagues in the military and the other security organizations. This is not merely a professional mandate, but a sacred trust between the Nigerian Air Force and the people we serve. Every decision I make, coming to the question of working with the Navy, any decision I make, every policy I craft, and every mission I authorize will be guided by this singular purpose, which is to safeguard our nation and preserve peace and stability.
Sorry, we are not interrupting you.
Thank you, sir.
Senator Lado and Senator Ladon, please, can you step outside and continue with the meeting? No problem. Go and have security meeting outside. Chief, sorry for a brief interruption.
All right.
Continue.
Like I said, it's not just a professional mandate. It's a bond between the Nigerian Air Force and the great people of Nigeria, which we are here to serve. Coming to the question that I was asked, the Air Force, like I said in my CV, one of the early units I flew in was the maritime group in Benin. And some of the challenges being expressed here were the challenges I saw while I was there. But in those days, we didn't have drones and UAVs. So I intend to liaise and synergize with the Navy. Thank God I have a very good working relationship from academy up to this level with the Chief of Naval Staff. And we'll try to encourage our subordinates to work along the same line. If confirmed, I will dedicate myself to building a combat-ready Air Force, one that is operationally versatile, disciplined, and lethal. I use the word lethal, and I use it in a professional sense. And like I said, the man running from you will not have the time to sit down and plan. We intend to keep them busy, sir. My goal is to ensure that the Air Force responds swiftly, strike decisively, and adapt intelligence across the full spectrum of military operations. This will be achieved through rigorous training, professionalism, sound doctrine, robust logistics, and a strong culture, safety culture, and the advancement of research, innovation, air-mindedness across all ranks. And I want to insist on the usage of leveraging technology. And you will see more of unmanned aerial vehicles and drones. Like I said earlier, sir, we intend to fight smartly. When you find yourself in the battle, it's not the strength you have that matters. It is the brain you have that solves the problem. Coming to the questions asked by the very distinguished senators, Senator Abaribi, Senator Uzokanu, Senator Osita, the minority leader, Senator Nengi, and the honorable and the distinguished Senate and Deputy Senate President. First, I'll answer them in no particular order. Aviation is a very expensive business. You might hear the word 1.2 billion. 1.2 billion in the aviation environment is like a spoon fetching out of the ocean. So you might, if you do the calculation of what it takes to train one pilot, you understand the cost both in dollars and naira. Some of these weapons we fire are one missile, not the cheapest, as cheap as $100,000. and you fire these things every day. So it is not a business for the chicken-minded when it comes to finance. And so please, I solicit your population to use the money intelligently and squeeze the last dollar of the value of what you give us. It doesn't cut across the Air Force alone. It also is the same thing with the Navy and the same thing with the Army. The armed forces is that part of government which you must spend money and hope not to use. If you do not have it, you are a chicken waiting for the hawk to be carried. If you have it, no matter who the person is, you can look the person in the face and take them out. I have served in countries like the United States, and I want to assure you, sir, a Nigerian is a proud person anywhere. Our standards are high. I've flown with Americans, I've flown with people from everywhere, and they respect us. All we need is support. Now, sir, for the Super Tucanos, sir, the Super Tucanos are doing what they've been paid to do. We have young men and women sacrificing their life while people are sleeping. Most of the operation they do, we are giving you value, sir, for your money, because the equipment in those Super Tucanos are extremely expensive. They are located mostly in the northeast and mostly in the northwest. And every night, these same thousands of dollars of weapons are being fired. Just that the armed forces, especially the Air Force, we cannot come out and show everything we do. But I assure you, sir, those airplanes are flying. You can cross-check, sir. They are flying. It's just the kind of war we are fighting. It is not face me, I face you. So we have to synergize with our brothers in the Army and the Navy. But I assure you, sir, those weapons, you can cross-check me, sir. Because even as far back as yesterday night, I have one of the junior sons that is somebody I'm mentoring. And they are fighting. They are not grounded. They are not grounded, sir. We will, like I said, sir, we'll do more of fighting smartly. Because some of the things some of these Super Tucanos can do, those drones can do them with less danger to your personnel. So I can go on and on and on. And I hope I have, by chance, answered most of the questions that the distinguished senators have asked. But I will conclude by saying, sir, we are here to serve. And we are here with my colleagues to give you the best. We are here to squeeze every dollar, naira you spent on us to ensure we give you value for what you have paid for. Once again, thank you, sir.
Well, distinguished colleagues, is it the view of the Senate? Proposed Chief of Air Staff takes a bow and waits for the executive session. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Chief, just before the point of order, in terms of time? Okay.
Mr. President, sitting as chair, very distinguished colleagues, I rise pursuant to Order 8.3 of our rules to move for an extension of time for the Senate to sit beyond 3 p.m. to enable us to finish the proceedings for the day. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to second the motion that the Senate do extend its time to sit beyond 3 p.m. to continue our procedure. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that this hallowed chamber extends its sitting today beyond 3 p.m. to enable us conclude our screening and confirmation of the service chiefs. Those in support of the motion and move say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Let me now invite the proposed Chief of Air Staff. If we are to go by what the last speaker educated us on, I have a few takeaways. Number one, that action is taking place on a daily basis, that the armed forces are not sleeping, that Nigerians should be reassured that the evil they see today, they will soon see them no more. We have to go by what he also pointed out. He said that from where he comes from, he can answer some of the questions with proverbs. And one of which is that do not assume that the person you are fighting did not go to school. Don't assume that the person is not educated. Don't assume that the person does not know your tricks. It is not your strength, but your brain that will take you out of dangerous situations. You agree with him? Thank you for the summary.